Name the theme tune.
Why did you not do jazz hands?
Because I did the bloody singing.
Can how we recorded this a minute ago and we made the joke take 69. So this will be take 70.
Aye, but can you name that theme tune?
Parkinson.
Very good. Very good.
Of course I can.
Well, you might have forgot. Everybody knows the theme
I've not
tune.
had that much purple drank.
Oh, I do like a bit of purple drink. But I'm not getting into how much I love it again.
Nah.
Should you explain what happened?
Well, we went into the fact that we're doing an experiment because all the kids out there are on this purple drank. So we made some. It's orange.
Not living up to the hype already.
Nah, it's
That's giving me sore teeth.
it's like toxic
What did you
Lucozade.
say?
Although it is
feel
getting
weird.
It's getting slightly purple.
It feels sticky.
Make sure you do that with your face.
Imagine how good this would be if we had seizures and we put it out.
Oh, mid-episode.
Aye. Well, it happens to Wayne.
Well, this is my dipping my toe into the hip hop community.
This is black I'm gonna get.
Although you're wearing the snapback and stuff, so
This is true, I'm
you're
trying.
looking pretty gangster.
We were talking about Eminem and Machine Gun Kelly a minute ago.
Aye, because I didn't know who Mac Miller was.
Aye, you thought he
And
was
I thought he was the
Mac
guy
Miller.
that was dissing Eminem. Alright.
Eminem dissed somebody and they died. Is that what happened? MGK won though, but I seen him do an interview and he's just sitting there drinking tequila and that at like 11 in the morning and he's got like a big jacket with nothing on underneath and I'm like, God.
So what you're telling me is he's sitting in a dressing gown.
No, it's quite a swanky jacket like. It's quite a cool jacket.
But back in the day when Eminem was there with the dungarees on, he was like the cool guy for wearing dungarees, wasn't it?
Do you not think Eminem was the last cool guy to wear dungarees? No one's really pulled them off since then.
How well's Captain Pugwash?
Nah, fair point.
I'm trying to think. You see lasses with them sometimes.
Aye, but I mean in guys. Who's the
Aye,
last guy
guys.
you were like,
But he only wore dungarees
he
with
looks cool in his dungarees?
a dungarees with hockey mask combination where he looked as cool with just the dungarees.
Aye, that's what I mean. It's like the redneck
And
kind of
bleached blonde hair.
psychopath.
Aye.
Aye.
And trying to rap, saying the N
He
word.
can't rap, to be fair.
I know, but
He didn't say the N-word, did he?
No, he didn't. No, of course he
I
didn't.
think that's frowned upon.
does he not?
You think
Does
it's
he
frowned
never say
upon?
the N word?
No, never.
He's white.
No, he can't do that.
Oh, sorry. He could slag up his mum and missus and
True.
that though.
Oh, aye.
I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Do you know why he got offended? Because
Eminem?
6 years ago, like some internet site put up a picture of like Hailey, and she was like 16, and went.
What? So he went mental with it?
No. Well, somebody put up a picture like her, like I don't know if she was modelling or something, and it was like, oh look who's all growing up, and Machine Gun Kelly was like, damn, she got well hot. Like he didn't know like she was 16.
Is that what this beef's about?
Aye.
And then Eminem released a surprise album,
6 years later.
slagged
Dissed
MGK off.
Aye. It's a big long story, but aye, he seems a bit of a baby now in his
I don't know,
46-year-old
I'm
Eminem.
not down with the hip hop.
So you're dipping the toe in with the purple dress.
Aye. See if I like it.
Do you think?
To be fair though, I mean I have got a pretty bad cold, so you probably heard me moaning about it, man.
No, leave it one.
I'm just having this because best case scenario it makes my throat okay. So by the end of this I'll be like singing.
I cannot wait till this is done, and in the weeks following this, we just hear
We'll
like
develop purple drunk addictions.
No. You just start bringing out like self-made
Aye,
mixtapes.
exactly.
Can
Yes.
I was going to say
I have
self-made
actually.
remedies.
I've been making wee like songs in my head about purple drank today. You're not gonna hear any.
well that's
I'll work on it.
you build it
Thought
up
it
and
was
then
Matt's
I'll
monologue.
knock us
hey,
down.
I've heard Matt's fucking freestyle raps.
Is this a joyous thing that I don't get because I
No,
left the
did you not
work?
get
No, you were in it.
No,
My last video.
nobody sent it to me.
It was
Definitely
in the chat.
did.
I must have missed that. In the
How did you
scene
miss?
of them.
Oh man, you need to watch them on order, man. Comedy
I
gold.
didn't
I
even-
went full on.
Aye.
I
Matt
was,
had makeup on it, didn't it?
Was that a wee cipher?
it was a skin mask, okay?
Should explain. Me and Matt have been sending stupid videos to one another.
I should
And it
do.
went a bit far. Matt had props.
Mad props.
Yeah. So anyway, Downturn, episode 11.
I believe so.
Reliably informed. from Mark.
I believe it's 11. But 10 was our big one last time.
Yeah.
That's because you had the top 10 at 10 on the magic colour.
Going forward, we think we're gonna record them so that you can see how not suited to video we are.
Okay. And we're like a pun a mince and a half pun. Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Matt was for looks for oil there, but yeah, that's definitely changed.
I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'll go with it. I'm a team player. I'm a team player.
My only complaint is that we kind of put a Snapchat filter on the whole time, so we look decent.
What Snapchat?
A glitter beard.
What Snapchat filter makes you look decent?
Oh, there's you on it. I mean, swear to God, I bring it up on my face and I'm like, I wish the fuck I did look like that. Do you know what I mean?
That is just complete fabrication.
Aye.
Do you know Charles Ng? It was like serial killer with Leonard Lake. He's a Chinese man.
No.
It's a very stereotypical Chinese man.
What's his name?
Charles Ng.
Charles.
Like Ng. Aye. Charles Ng.
Aye, Charlie the Vomiting.
Aye.
I know, but that's not his real name, is it?
What's his real name?
Charlie.
Ah.
It is not, is it? I tell you, I had an epiphany
That'd be so
there.
good if it was.
I had an epiphany. I was
I should have went with that and been like, yeah, obviously.
purple drunk. Chase the purple dragon.
You're getting doing this.
Well, we might not make it to the end of the episode, Mark. That's why we're drinking it. We need to talk fast. Come on. Right, Mark, what have you got for us this week?
Hit me.
Right. You wanted the game. There's a game involved in this, and it pits this man against this man in intellectual or 50-50 guessing combat.
We were going to have a belt.
I'll get a belt.
Aye.
Right, I'll get a belt, but whoever wins the
It's
night
taking
is
my belt in the
unofficial
meantime.
champion. Aye. All I know
We'll do
is
that. You'll start. Try to
Stand up like, woo.
every time I misbehaved, my father took off his belt. I knew there was nothing I could do to make him not shoot up heroin.
I thought you were going to go the other way.
Exactly. Full sense. Whoa.
That
Swerve.
went dark really fast.
You know what? That's a swerve, bro. That's a swerve. So tonight we picked a topic: cruel cunts in caves. I knew quite a lot of things about cruel cunts in caves.
Well, see, me and Matt didn't because we have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Aye, but you found it intriguing, so you
Oh,
must
yeah.
have been interested.
I mean, you had me at cruel.
Aye. I didn't have to put the word cunt in, but I did. I could have put cruel chiefs in caves. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
That's it.
Cruel Chiefs and Chavez.
Why am I the guy with the worst voice who can't speak or read and I have to do it? I'm happy to do it, but could you not loan me any of your voices?
I'm pretty sure this was your idea.
It was.
It was.
I don't know where we were asking for the game show. That must have been you, was it?
He
It
did.
wasn't me.
Last episode.
No, I thought the last one was about
Aye.
like bobbing for Bowie.
Aye, he thought I was going to bring out like apples and water and we were going to have to like lasso
think-
them with something, you know what I mean?
I don't think he thought apples, to be brutally honest.
Oh, well, was it chips and pizza
Sucking
by
me
any
into that
chance?
episode as well.
Pizza.
But I've incorporated a game and I was...
Chips and pizza.
Aye. Who doesn't love chips and
All I'm
chips and
thinking is
pizza?
afterwards you get up and it's like just like tomato sauce and that in your face.
I've had worse things on my face, to be fair. But aye. So, I've got two stories about cruel cunts. One's close to home, to where we are,
Yes.
and one's a million miles away. And both might never have happened. Right?
So you've just, what you're telling us is, I made up two stories. One I've based at Gelston, the other I've based in New Zealand.
Not quite. But Shrek wasn't real, and it was damn entertaining.
Shrek was good.
So, and it's kind of like Shrek, but a dark Shrek. Very, very dark Shrek. Like, have you ever seen that thing where Shrek is love, Shrek is life?
Yeah.
Where Shrek, like, basically rapes a wee boy. It's kind of like that.
Whoa.
It is.
It's kind of like that.
No!
I've
the
never
story.
seen that one, let alone anything kind of like that.
Well, you don't mind Shrek is love, Shrek is life, and he comes through the boy's room and it's like Shrek took me in his long arms and thrust his penis inside
Oh, no, no, Mark, how do I know? I've seen this.
No.
You've not seen this? Right,
Something
I'll
else you
show you.
wrote up.
It's on YouTube. It's on
Mark's-
YouTube.
Mark's fan fiction.
Mark Willie Shrek doll.
It's on YouTube, like, I'll show you afterwards.
Where exactly did the donkey touch you?
That's like in between.
Hell no, I didn't touch no bother. Sorry, like, see when you said that, I was like, how do you have that reaction if you've seen Shrek is love,
I've
Shrek is
seen it
life?
actually. I don't think I have.
No, you
It's
can't.
not what I was thinking of at all.
It's on YouTube.
I will
Yeah.
not be looking it up, Mark.
I'll be showing you once this is done. It's not real. It's not a guy
Oh,
dressed as
really?
Shrek. Shrek wasn't real. Get over it, right? Donkeys don't talk. Unless you've had too much purple drank.
Then everything talks.
Uh-huh. So we've got an evil man, possibly didn't exist. An evil man, close to home, possibly didn't exist. Game show, in between somewhere. And then I've got a uplifting story about a man who went to a cave. because I thought it's a bit heavy, like. Well, I don't know how much humour we get at this. But I've got a really uplifting
That's what
story.
the game show's for.
Oh, the game show's good. Well, if anything, I think you'll be able to take it way too seriously, and that'll make it fun for me. I was hoping we could get like some sort of guy in the corner just in like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
See, I was talking to Haley about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire the other day. See if you were on that show, right, and they asked the audience, would you be a dick and put in the wrong answer
without
anyway?
a doubt.
You would be that guy, wouldn't
Right.
No,
Why not?
because they're very rarely wrong.
What?
Why would you ask the audience then put in like?
No, if you were in the audience.
If I was in the audience,
Oh god,
say it was A, B, C or D, the answer
Aye.
was clearly A, I'd be like D.
And it's like the most one that's definitely not to be. Just so
Aye.
it's like 1% of the audience said that.
Yeah, I'd be that one
Moment of fame.
Aye.
So
Aye,
far, this is how famous
or
I've been in my
speak
life.
to the entire audience and get them all to go D.
Just whisper. Psst.
How long does that Chinese whisper? I mean, Chris Tarrant basically goes, right, we're going to ask the audience, doodly diddly diddly diddly. And by that time you went,
Purple monkey dishwasher.
time to D, time to D. Get it. Dishwasher.
That was for The Simpsons.
I was about to say, what question you stuck on? 2? You know what I mean? Although, see if you watch it like lately, I realised like I was like my mother had it on, and I was like, I'm more likely to falter in the first 5 questions because they'll ask me something that all our folk would know, like a saying or something, and then when I get to the real questions, I'll be fine. Like for the most part.
Right, what colour is this guy?
Aye,
Red.
like, and I'll be like,
There
well,
is-
you can
there
get Red
is-
Sky.
No easy path to the £1 million, man.
I got a £500,000 question right, yes.
Did you get any other questions? Leaving it there right though.
No, but if they'd started there, if they just start from the top and work their way down, I'd take the money after one question. Okay, that'd be easier. This is how I live my life.
If this is how good your game shows are going to be, Mark,
Oh, trust me, this is
it's pretty much all or nothing.
you'll love this.
I'm
I mean,
excited.
it's quite heavy. You picked a subject called Scroll Cunts and Caves. It's pretty heavy. But just
Right then, chum. Come on.
just to get your inputs, to tell you a wee story, get your mind working. That's what Pilco used to say. Just get your mind working. Ken, I don't know how much is going to be working. You're getting through that drunk. Jesus Christ. Actually, are yours? No, they just look like they're breaking up.
I think they're getting there. I think they're stuck to the bottom
I was
actually.
that then.
Yeah.
It's meant to
Definitely
start.
stuck.
Right, this is going to be well hard to read this first, Jen, so I take my time. Okay?
I think you should you have to take a sip of your drink every time you say something wrong.
Better just get you out the way then. Do you remember I had an agreement with you that if we were going to put up a video, we had to have mad crazy drinks, like with umbrellas and straws?
What, is this not good enough?
No, I'm going to say, but I'll give you this. And that says, you know, Scott, you know how to make a boy happy.
I didn't have time to get like sparklers and shit. I would have preferred
I was
that.
sat
Aye.
in sparkles like.
I was like, we should just get drinks that are like that size with sparklers, like Del Boy gets, you know what I mean? I was like,
A
but I can-
blowtorch
I
on the
can-
top or something.
That is
do
the
you
one
think,
thing this podcast is missing. Pyrotechnics.
No pyro, no party.
Exactly.
we spent 30,000. I've had to take out a second mortgage for the indoor pyrotechnics. Jesus fucking Christ, when they started, I'd
Just
be
take
off my
another
tits. Right, he's picked Cruel Cunts and Caves. What were you expecting? Now, mind you, saying specifically it was quite
Relevant. At the
relevant
time.
at the time, you know,
That was
because
like 6 weeks ago.
aye, but you
It's
know,
been a while, like, isn't it?
aye. What were you expecting from it?
I don't know, Marcus.
I'm just imagining torturous tales in
Oh,
caves.
That's perfect. Torturous
Cave
tales.
torture.
Except for the last one. The last one's about a true Swedish hero. I think he's Swedish hero. I don't know how many there is.
Fine.
Zlatan. Guys. Maybe
IKEA,
Larson, depending on who you support.
Mr. IKEA.
Oh, yes. Was he called Mr. IKEA?
Ah,
That's an amazing name, isn't it?
I
don't
like
know.
nicknames that are ridiculously pedestrian. You know exactly what they're talking about.
Right. So I tell you the stories of Christman Ginnaperatria.
you could have changed that name to anything for the sake
Steve
of the
Jones.
story.
Aye, but I just call him Christman as it comes on.
We'll call
so-
him Chris for now.
Aye.
Chris. Chrissy Babes.
Chrisman, yeah.
How good the name is Christman though?
Chrisman. It's like, I heard her name the day, it was Wayno. It was Finland.
Wayno?
It was like, oh man, at what point did we drop the O? I was like, I don't think it worked that way. I think it's Finnish or something.
We knows
It
world.
probably wasn't even saved like Wayno.
Lil Wayno.
Well, we know.
It's you, Lil Wayno.
Aye. So Christman was a possibly fictitious German bandit and serial killer of the 16th century. How are you feeling about this so far?
Love
I mean,
it.
Horrendous Tales, he's basically got it in that. But listen to this. He reportedly killed 964 individuals starting at 13 years old. I don't know what you'd done up at 13, but
Oh, he was I thought you meant sorry.
I started when he was
killed.
13.
Right, I thought you meant
right.
killed a
Aye.
13-year-old.
I mean, what did you start doing at 13? I don't even want to know actually after asking
I
that.
wasn't masturbating, that was early.
That was earlier.
Yeah.
Jesus
The
Christ.
beard at like 11, mate.
And you're feared to watch Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. You sick
Yeah,
monkey.
kind of.
Okay.
Thought I had a puke when I was 13, but I pissed out it.
Humour. My old friend. From 1568 to his capture in 1581. So not that long. That's a big number. Now, like I say, possibly fictitious. But what I think with this story is there's probably a lot of these guys back then, lawless area, but they've kind of made it into one big story. You know?
I like how the whole time I was reading is could be bullshit.
But
just
you know,
roll with me for a second.
Probably bullshit.
well, you know, like Iraqi school children think that George Bush is like a campfire story. They don't know that he's real.
But they know what?
He's just the big boogeyman that comes and bombs you at night. You know what I mean? They're still gonna know.
Like the boogeyman and George Bush.
Yes.
The boogeyman just sounds like Disco Stu's brother. Okay? But the story is contained in a pamphlet from 1581 as early as 1587, just 6 years later on. At least one part included in the story was shown to be factual. So there's something to it. Okay? And I'm not reading
There's
this
a
story.
cave. That's the
99%
fact.
Aye.
bullshit.
There is a cave. Cave's coming up.
Some point at cave, that's part of that story.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be true.
You know, again, there's always truth to some story. You know what I mean?
Truth gets in the way of a good story. We're like.
I want to be entertained. Are you not entertained?
Exactly.
But Chrisman came from Kerpen, a few miles southwest of Cologne, and for around 7 years supposedly lived in a cave or mine complex some distance from Kerpen, possibly near an area named Frasberg. Now, complex. Is that not the best word to be described with any mine or cave?
A
Complex
complex
cave.
cave.
Aye.
So there was two ways to go. You went down the left to the bedroom, or you went right to the recreational room.
This guy does it way better than that.
What, has he got an upstairs bathroom?
He's like the Viet Cong with a series of pulley systems. You know what I mean? It's incredible. From the area, the good view of the roads going between Trier, Merz and Dusseldorf. The cave
Merz?
complex.
That's French for poo.
Is it?
Is that?
Oh, right. How do you know that?
Everyone knows that.
Fountain.
Oh, my French teacher hated me. Both of them did. They used to swap me and Sam between classes. Like,
I can't be back to him today.
aye. No, they took 6 months each. So like the whole class would change, but once a year me and Sam would change. They were like, right, it's my time's done with him. And and obviously I didn't know much French, but she wasn't good at teaching like me because she didn't like me. But not that I really wanted to learn. But Billy Connolly used to talk about the luge at the Winter Olympics. And I used to watch Connolly constant, and she was going on about the Winter Olympics, and I went, oh, the luge, and she just kind of looked at me like, went, how did you know that? And I'm like, taught myself. Okay, like one word, she was amazed.
You're just like, oh, wee wee poo poo.
Je ne parle popo. I am the Frenchman.
And then my laugh is. Probably a bit racist. Isn't it?
It was.
No, not at all. French are quite fun loving. Again, you know what I
They take
mean?
the piss out of us, don't they? Everyone takes the piss out of us. Just watch us play football, mate.
That's true. We're fucking horrendous. Celtic the day, horrendous. Can
Good enough for them.
Not happy. Not happy. Like it's good enough for them. They need to be better. The cave complex is described as being cleverly built, just like an ordinary house inside, with cellars, rooms, chambers, with many household goods. So
In his cave in the 16th century, right? What's a household good
Toilet
in the
brush.
16th century?
a bucket, shovel,
A shovel and a bucket to shit in.
a pulley system.
What
I
has
want
he
a
got?
pulley system
Is it
in
a
the
dumb
house.
waiter though?
Eh?
I'd quite like a dumb waiter.
In 16th century Germany, probably.
In a cave? Definitely not.
He could flatten out the floor somewhat.
Was he like Archer? Has one of them dumb waiters that goes side to side?
Surely they exist.
In caves, Mark.
Big wheels.
I'm going to tell you now.
Keep on telling.
I'm at the extent of my cave knowledge with this conversation.
Well, you just get ready. You're gonna. The whole thing's about
I hope
caves.
your game show is not about caves. What do you call that cave?
Oh, it's better than that.
Big one.
A mine?
It's better than that.
Hey.
You're gonna love.
So you're gonna win this.
You are gonna love the title. The title alone. It won't destroy you, but you're gonna go. Mark's a fucking genius. Mark's the genius of our times. And I don't think I am, but you'll say that. And if you don't, I'll hold
I
you
don't
down and
believe
make you
it,
say
but
it.
You will say it.
But historian Joy Wiltonberg maintains two important overlapping patterns in crime reports of serial killers in medieval Germany. 1. Reports on grave robbers, and 2. Reports on witches, cannibals targeting infants or fetuses cut out of their mother's wombs
What?
for feasting or black magic rituals. This was Germany in the 16th century. There was loads of this.
So they're eating babies.
Oh, like cutting them at the wombs and that.
Jesus.
Like this is apparently a big thing.
Cruel.
Cruel? You want it cruel? I'll give you cruel.
Folk thought Hitler was bad.
He was bad.
Yeah, but compared to this,
It's just that's mass genocide.
He was aye.
that's probably his granddad or something. Weaned it out of him eventually.
Somebody said to me, Jens, I did that Jim Jeffries joke, Jens, at Download. They were having a competition where they had the buses and they were transporting them from the grounds to the where the bands were playing. But they were having a contest to see how many folk they could get in. So they're like, 68, we'll go higher. 72, yes. And then like I got on with loads of folk and were crushed in like sardines. And it was like, 81, get a round of applause, woo! And I just went out thinking, did the Jim Jeffries joke that he did with in the shows where I went, this is how they used to transport the Jews. And oh, you've not, one guy lost his mind. Everybody else like went, you bastard. And I went, I didn't write it. Good.
You said it.
This is why you go steal folks' jokes.
What are you talking about? How many jokes have you made up in your days?
Nah, I steal all my work.
Mm-hmm. But aye, so not a great place.
Back to reality.
Reality! Chrisman fits into category 1, hoarder on his gains in caves. Joy is quoted as saying, Chrisman was unusual. I wish I could do a German accent, but I'm not even going to try.
What does it say?
Wait, you want to read it?
Aye.
Right, stand to there until italics.
Right, his name's Chrisman.
Mm-hmm.
Like Christmas.
Chrisman.
With an N.
Yeah.
Chrisman was unusual and apparently made it. That's Russian.
Can you do a gay German? Because you'll be good for the Swedish and later.
Chrisman was unusual in apparently maintaining his same stationary den throughout his years of serial killing. More often than not, accounts tell of robbers travelling, meeting and congregating with other robbers of the devil on their journeys.
The last you got really into that.
Kind of like an evil German medieval playwright on Paul.
Oh, is that from my bit? Aye. It is like a medieval player hater's ball, isn't it?
My German wasn't too spot on.
I
that
thought your congregating was impressive.
I kind of went a bit Dutch there, I
Can you
felt,
do
to
a
be
gay?
honest.
Can you do a gay German or like a Swedish one? Because that would be actually well good for the last one because it's comedic.
Do a Swedish. I don't know. Do
I
a
was
Swedish
watching
one.
the thing about Mayhem the other day, talking to Varg. So
Oh, great! Aye.
been working on my Swedish like.
It's not bad. Norway, but still pretty good.
Sweden,
Sweden,
Norway.
same.
That's Scandinavia, isn't it?
They're
I don't think I can say in Swedish is Sweden.
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 Meatballs.
Should have guessed.
I should have guessed. Flapping about like a cod in the beak. Again.
Anyway.
Right. Surprisingly for the time, reports of Chrisman include supernatural abilities.
I've got to jump in. I'm not happy how this guy's name is practically Christmas.
Well, that's
And we're calling him Christman.
Chrisman. Chrisman.
It sounds like you're Jamaican saying Christman. Christman!
Chrisman will rise again, man.
I hope not.
Yeah, cutting babies out.
I know. But anyway, surprising for a time, reports of Chrisman exclude supernatural abilities like that of Peter Nears, who was reportedly killing women for fetuses to dabble in black magic, as many killers of the time were reported, as was popular at the time.
This was the style at the time.
That's bad though, isn't it? It shouldn't be like a scene of that. It should be like 1-2 guys tops in the country.
This
Yeah.
is like the hip top scene of the 16th century.
East Coast, West Coast, the black magic and the fetus killers.
Jesus.
That's horrible, isn't it? It's a horrible place. I'm glad we're not in this time. Policemen preyed on both German and French travellers. It said that even a party of 4 or 5 would not be safe from him, nor was he against...
This one guy was killing 4 or 5 people.
Apparently quite solid, like... Solid as fuck, like. But I suppose if you catch someone towards who's got knives, and maybe... I don't... We don't have guns then.
In the 16th century? Nah. Definitely not.
Can we look up when guns were created?
What, like right now?
Don't know. It's a
I
long...
don't think...
Nah, that's a long time ago, isn't it?
Civil War, they were kinda... So that's like the...
That's a long time, aye. No, you're probably
Definitely
right.
not the 16th.
Aye. No,
Maybe a
that's
bow and
fine.
arrow.
Aye, probably. Crossbow!
Also a
Aye.
crossbow.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right.
Definitely bow and arrow.
Aye, you definitely. I have to look, that's quite interesting though to think when guns first came about.
Downturn, episode 11. Weapons of yore.
Weapons of yore! I like it. Varg would love that. Okay.
1892.
Wow! That's cool, isn't it? Well, you're definitely right. Must have been a crossbow or something. Or like bow and arrow, like you say, maybe it's just knifing them or
Just a stone that he threw at them.
aye, big stone like. Well, David took down Goliath. Well, that's probably not true either. You know.
If you're into the Bible.
Aye, well, it's a good book. I just wouldn't take it literally, but each to their own.
A good read.
Aye.
Solid 3 out of 5.
It's like that review online for the Wolf of Wall Street DVD. It was like 1 star. There are no wolves in this film. But Kriesman was not against the killing of his own partners or accomplices, even poisoning them after the raids in his cave with poison food or drink, disposing of the bodies through a mine shaft connected to his cave.
So no guns, plenty of poison apples.
Poison would be good, like. Shortly after taking residence in the cave, Kriesman met a young daughter of a copper. They made barrels. She
I thought
was
the copper is in a policeman.
or Cooper. Sorry.
Oh, you're changing this now.
Well, it looks like copper, but it's because every time I print this out, it changes the words, even though I've made it the way I want it.
It's like a Sid story, Mark.
I know.
Holes everywhere.
Aye.
So far, the only thing I'm certain of is the cave.
Yeah, possibly.
I believe the baby continuity as well.
Listen,
That probably happened.
Aye. But are you intrigued? See where the story goes. I want you to be intrigued. She was travelling to Trier to meet her brother. He ordered her under threat of death to come live with him in the cave. And for the next 7 years, she served as a sex slave. Served. Forced is more like.
Served that's kinda implying that she chose to.
And I don't think anybody chooses. Whenever he went out, he would bind her in the cave. She gave birth to 6 children, and at birth he killed them, pressing on their necks. He would then hang up their bodies and stretch them out as the wind made the corpses move, and he would say, apparently, "Dance, dear children, dance. Kristen, your father is making the dance for you." That's creepy as fuck. Do it in his voice, it'll be more humorous. Just say Kriesman there.
Kriesman where?
And his second name, because that's impossible.
Oh, that's good to say. Right. Where's my German accent? Dance, dear children, dance. Kriesman, your father is making the dance for you. That's translated in Russian again.
1, dear child. 2, dear children.
That's I lost it. You put me on the spot there, Mark.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, but
we need to pre-plan these shows.
We're gonna have to. I get a script each. I'll do it. I can print it out. Kriesman finally relented to the woman's begging that she might be allowed to meet other people and granted her to visit Bergkessel under the condition that she'd not betray him. But once there, and seeing the children running in the streets, she had a breakdown and dropped to her knees praying to God for forgiveness at what happened to her children. Many of the worried townspeople asked the problem, and she said she would not say upon being taken in front of the mayor. Well, the mayor, he's the big deal, like, you confess to him. And she confessed everything. In order to catch Kriesman off guard, she was given a sack of peas.
My one weakness, a sack of peas.
Peas are good, but there must have been a delicacy
Where
back
the
then.
hell have you been missing? Oh, peas.
Oh, peas. Imagine that.
Excellent.
I'd imagine that's like being to the chip shop back in the day. Oh, we can heat these up and mush them.
So many possibilities.
Kriesman, I thought you might not want to cook tonight. Italian now.
Really hard.
Your peas.
I got some pasta.
Would you want? You say.
I've done no accents.
You're doing the Swede at the end. I was hoping Yannies would do the Swede at the end. but I ordered catcher. They brought a sack of peas. With these, she laid a trail to the cave, like a trail.
See a rabbit now.
Imagine if you're walking.
See if this guy gets thwarted by a trail of peas into a box.
No.
And that's how they defeat this baby killing
Walks up,
maniac.
he's like, ah.
Do you know what I imagine? She's doing the trail of peas, and then James Woods comes up behind her. Ooh,
He's scared.
pea. On the 27th of May, 1581, 30 armed men set out to capture him. As the guards entered, he screamed, "Oh, come on, you've got to do this." He screamed this to his wife, his fourth wife.
I'm a German still.
Aye.
Oh, you faithless betrayer and whore. I can't do it. I don't know what accent
Why
that
are you
is.
going so Russian?
I don't know. I've
Just
been watching a lot of
Remember
Russian stuff.
the German?
Oh, you faceless. Nah.
You don't have to.
Oh, that famous French Russian accent.
Italian. I can't do it, Mark.
This will not stand!
German's not my strong point. Oh, you faceless betrayer and whore. Had I known this, I would have strangled you long ago.
That was good. I feel like Crispin's came back to life.
Du wirst einen Krachen weggeblachen.
With this next week on Hitler.
I can only really do German when I shout angrily.
All I know is there's the word booties here, but unfortunately I've typed it right, and my word in its almighty greatness typed booty.
Booty.
Kobe's just finished his drank.
He's just having a whole sailors now.
But in the cave, an immense amount of booty were found. Wine, meat, armour, guns. Guns? Says there's guns.
There definitely wasn't guns on.
This is what I got out of the book. Anyway, another valuables, we'll just say nice. Creasman kept a diary of his murders as well as a tally of the loot he kept. He admitted to all the murders and said if he'd reached his goal of 1,000, he'd have been satisfied with that. On June 17th, 1951, he was found guilty and confirmed to death by the breaking wheel. It was used to crush your bones. He endured 9 days on the wheel before perishing, kept alive by strong drink every day. I've added drink in his drink.
I believe this was about back in the day.
What a way to go though.
So, Creasman, no, probably a hint of truth, but probably mostly bullshit. But what do you think? Harrowing's tale finishes with purple drink.
I'm digging the end.
You're digging the end. You're digging the end.
Cruel cunt died, purple drunk.
Although I loved you doing these wee, you faithless betrayer and whore.
You've got to shout when I'm German.
Right. We've got one close to home, and then I think we'll do the game, and then we'll have the big finale of a wee uplifting story, because we can't leave, even though that was a really harrowing tale, but I think we found some fun in that.
Oh yeah.
Then we just looked at the brighter things like Hitler and that to lighten the mood.
It's probably not true. Ken.
Oh, you can't tell me that now.
Well, I'd say it's possibly fictitious German
It's
bandit.
definitely just a ghost story like George Bush.
He never killed 964 people.
Like George Bush. Ooh.
George. Oh, George. Petition's a bit close to home. Now, what do you think I mean by I say close to
Right,
home?
well, close to home, either you're going to tell me you've been in a cave living and that house at Craigmath is a sham, or, I don't know, it happened nearby. I'm actually thinking, ken that mental guy that used to live down, was it on the Shire or something? Tattooed guy?
Tattooed guy?
Was
Is
that
it
not him?
a real guy?
I'm singling this out.
This could be shite.
What, like in our lifetime?
Yeah.
No. What are you talking
Right,
about?
well, I don't know what this is.
No.
Can you
that's
tell
it.
me about this later?
There's a famous
Yeah.
cave around here, is it not?
I think so. And there's another guy not used to live in it.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what
but
I
he was
mean?
only, he was small, was he, no?
Aye.
They were all small back then. They were all like me.
Aye.
I mean, I'd have been a giant, but...
3, 5, 4, 5, you're on! Right, I'll give you the name, see if you've heard it before, because Megan had never heard it, and my mum had. So maybe it's like another
Maybe it's an
story.
age thing.
It's, right, Sonny Bean.
I know him.
Aye,
Aye.
we're in Sonny Bean.
Alright. There is actually a kid, like, a couple of years younger than us.
I was going to say, I think, aye. He does that water jet ski and
Yeah.
stuff, part flips.
I think he's pretty good at it, actually.
Aye.
What?
There's a kid round here called Sonny Bean.
That's what.
Don't get me
Really?
wrong, I know who you're talking about.
Aye.
But,
He does jet skiing?
yeah, there's a kid.
No, it's not jet ski. You can't think with the
Wait, is
water
it
board.
wakeboarding it's
Oh,
called?
right, aye,
It's
aye.
not wait, but it's like water board and that.
Dr. Cox does it in Scrubs.
I can't remember actually.
He does. Apparently you've got to be quite strong to do it, even though it looks like you're a pit.
I think he's pretty good at it. He's
Aye.
not do it like,
Aye, he's
you know...
professional.
Aye.
think he's hurt himself doing it before.
It must be quite. It's meant to be like
All
that.
the best.
That's how you know.
What, did he hurt himself or did a shark come up or something?
I don't know.
Alright, alright. I'm not asking
Hey,
for.
Mark, just because we get Sonny Bean.
No, I thought you would know.
This is another story Mark's made up, and he thought a random name, but we know him, so he's like,
so we've
ah,
caught
shit.
it.
Well, Sonny Bean, this is actually Troy Clements.
Aikman.
Troy. Jumping Bean.
I thought you were going to say McClure.
Now entering the ring, Troy Jumping Bean Aiken.
Right, so Sonny Bean.
But this happened close to us. Where we are. Aye.
Where was
So-
it again? Is it? No.
I'll just tell you. The Ayrshire coast, southwest Scotland, 500 years ago, 15th century Scotland. Lawless times of warring clans and blood feuds, and when, as legend says, Sonny Bean roamed the roads and nearly buggered that up. Purple
Sonny
drink.
Bean?
Sonny Bean! His real name was Alexander, though. Alexander Bean, said to be the son of an East Lothian ditch digger. Now there's a job.
Ditch digger.
Ah, yeah, I'd like that.
Why?
Be
I'd like
relaxing.
When it was
Man's
sunny, I'd like it.
Aye, keep you fit.
Man's work. Fuck that.
Man's work, man's work. Aye, but he was not up to the hard labour of the family business and eloped with a woman called Black Agnes.
That's a classy bird.
Aye, she's
Agnes.
she's a wild gin. It's-
Agnes.
A Black Agnes.
If she was in if it was on the air coast, so it must have been down Creston
yeah,
Black Agnes.
Black
A
Agnes
Black Agnes.
in the Shire.
A Black Agnes.
Aye, but Black Agnes. So what?
How do you earn that? Like, but
Oh, I'll
before
just
you're-
tell you. Most stories paint Agnes as the murdering witch who influenced Sonny to his murdering and cannibal ways.
So you get the black.
Black.
The Blackie.
Black Agnes.
I'm blickety black and I'm black, y'all. The pair finally settled in Benign Head in Darrick. Sonny going
Benign.
Benign. Sonny going on to highway robbery to pay for his lover and his growing family, killing and leaving no one alive to tell tales. So, yeah, no,
Need no witnesses.
leave no witnesses. That's it. That's what you got to do. Leave no witnesses.
I'll double tap.
Double tap.
Aye. You shoot them inside, shoot them in the heat.
Ah,
Oh, that went through my head and was pow pow.
he is getting into this hip hop lifestyle, isn't he?
He was
Jesus.
sideways like that.
We talked a lot of shit earlier, boys. I'm totally down with the hood.
So you throw up gang signs and then throw up a gang sign. What coast is that?
West.
West, east.
Oh,
I've watched enough.
I'm there like that.
I've watched enough Tupac and Biggie documentaries.
I just wrote them.
Just throw them up. You ever seen the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
They withdrew completely from life in the nearby villages to where townspeople completely forgot their existence or thought they had moved on. Travellers disappeared, but this was not uncommon at the time. But as the years went on, the toll of the missing rose into the hundreds, and suspicion arose as to the gruesome evidence that something sinister might be going on.
Can you imagine the locals? Here, by.
Here's an accent you can do.
I haven't seen that Black Agnes in a while.
I'd be happy if there was somebody called Black Agnes and she went missing. I'm just throwing it out
She
there.
does not sound like she would be missed.
She's not bringing ruined cakes on Sunday, can? Bitch.
Come round with her fucking cat and a broomstick.
Girvan Beach, a few miles from Banana Head, following large storms, the beach was said to be littered with bones and body parts of people as the tides receded, most showing the flesh had been stripped from the bones. Pretty gruesome.
Garvin.
Pretty gruesome.
I've been to Garvin.
Did it have bones on the beach? Is there a comeback?
Many corpses.
Is this his
I had some
Meatloaf
chips,
92 phase? Searches though came up short for the next 7 years, and then a travelling fair came to Galloway, drawing hundreds of people to the area. And one evening, a young couple travelled home in a small lane at nightfall, were attacked by a horde of savages. Sounds like me coming back for the pub with pals. There they are.
Hold up, Black Agnes.
Did you just say hold up, Black Agnes?
Hold up, Black Agnes. Stop her, Black Agnes will shoot. with sliced alone and Kathy Bates or
I
someone.
mean that like Black Agnes here talked about herself in the third person.
Like The Rock.
You're gonna do what Black Agnes says.
And it's the millions and millions of Black Agnes fans. This was the most interesting part of the story to me. The Newgate calendar of the time of sort of old style true crime magazine. You wouldn't have thought they would have had something like that back then, would he?
Starting to think this story's shite, Mark.
Basically, but apparently
Like
this
guns in
bit's
the
true.
cave.
Oh, Black Agnes and fucking Sonny Bean are on the loose. Oh, Kim Kardashian's wearing that today.
You're reading The Sun?
Oh, Kim K's got a new corset on with that shit. No, look, couldn't have found anything interesting that was a reality story. There's another one, but it's like, there's no humour in it. None.
Those ones are fair bad.
Lashing's the
You're
best.
lucky we're here keeping this thing afloat.
The man fought bravely, but his wife was pulled from the horse and instantly killed by the cannibal woman, who drank her blood and dragged her away, ripping out her entrails as the man was unable to help, fled on horseback from the 40+ cannibals as they fled into the den in the woods.
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me they'd rounded up a posse of cannibals?
This is his family.
Where do you get to find this? I mean, what?
I'll tell you what,
Says,
Girvan.
this is his inbred family.
Girvan.
You know what I mean? The
I'll
man
tell you
told,
what you're eating the night, mate.
Black Agnes has cooked up a stone the night.
I bet though, Black Agnes was a good cook. I bet
Bet she
was.
had many a bag of peas in the fucking cave.
I'd like a wee cookbook that Kreisman wrote and had been translated. I think Kreisman was after this though. Again, I think guys, maybe around the same time, but he was probably near the end of
So wait a minute.
1500s.
I mean, Kreisman had guns, Black Agnes and Sonny had a fucking magazine.
There was a magazine of the time. It was
Oh,
probably
aye,
just
that's-
bits of paper. Should we look it up after?
Aye.
Aye. I'm not saying this story's true. It's probably bollocks.
It was probably true.
Based on
then you've
something.
embellished.
I've not embellished it. It's been embellished over 500 years. I've not added it into this. I watched documentaries and read a book for this.
Does this one have purple drank in it?
If
Did
only.
Black Agnes Agnes have purple drank in the
Exactly.
cupboards?
I'd imagine hers would be fucking toxic.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because that's not.
A wee finger to round it off like a flake, you know. The man told a company of men who found his wife's remains deep in the wood. The men travelled to Glasgow to report this to the king, possibly James I of Scotland, riding to the area to locate the Beans with 400 men. The Beans' only survivor is a guide, along with many bloodhounds.
The beans.
Aye.
No, a name you hear an awful lot.
Would you rather be the peas?
No, just the beans.
I know two folk with second name that's Bean.
Mister?
Hey.
Hey. You ever seen Mr. Bean the movie, the first one?
Yep.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking Megan's not
I
seen
love
it.
all the Mr. Beans actually.
When it first
Mr. Beans on
lands.
Netflix now, it's brilliant.
I haven't watched it in years, but I love that first
So
movie.
good.
I don't like the second movie as much, but
That
Megan.
holiday or something.
Aye.
Nah, it's not as good.
See, Megan was like, "Oh, it's shite," and I went, "How can you think that film's shite?" And then I realised that she was like, "Oh, when he goes to France," I'm like, "No, I'm showing you him with Burt. I'm showing you him with Burt Reynolds in it, right? You know, Ken. God, I miss Burt Reynolds.
Alright, Burt.
Yeah, I know. At first they found nothing, but then almost by chance... Oh, no, sorry. First they found nothing, but then almost missed the entrance to a cave, partially hidden in the side of the rock. Soldiers charged in into the horror confronted when was an unimaginable, even for the time period. Legs, arms, thighs, all hanged up like drying beef. Barrels of pickled... pickled, always funny.
Well, they were cannibals.
Aye. Barrels of pickled limbs lined the wall, and gold, silver jewellery, and all their victims littered the floor. And then there was a family. At the time of capture, the number of cannibals in cave numbered 48, Sonny, Black Agnes, 14 children, and 32 grandchildren, each one a product of incest.
32 grandkids.
Incest?
With Black Agnes.
With Black Agnes.
Now you know why she's called Black Agnes.
Aye. I bet she was sitting there going, "God damn it, Thomas!"
Yeah. Did you also see the last podcast about the donor party?
Yeah.
They run on about cannibals. I've had a lot of cannibals kind of this week.
I've
I
only
don't know how
added
much
to
more
this.
cannibalism I can take.
The game in the last story will cleanse your soul of all this badness.
Long peg, they call it.
Ah, thanks Woodhouse. Over 25 years in darkness and butchered meat, it was described as no longer human. In most stories of the accounts, the king had them transported to Edinburgh. The men castrated and tortured. The women watched them and then burned at the stake. Another version said the king ordered the men to dynamite the cave to seal them in and starve and suffocate in the darkness.
Either way, not good.
No, well, probably
What would
deserved
you
it.
rather have though? Would you rather get your cock lopped off, or would you rather be stuck in a cave to die?
Did I get any money for my... Can it be like...
You've been a cannibal. You're getting humped either way.
Would I just lose my knob?
No, well, they killed him after.
We've not spoke about this before. If you just lost your knob, it'd be weird. You'd have to go full slog.
I can
But
kill
balls
my...
as well. Balls are funny though.
I know, they're funny when you're just like...
Aye, when you plop them out, that's what I'm saying though. Getting your cock, it's not funny. Bars is funny.
No, but I need a fruit bowl. I can't just have 2 oranges. I've got a banana as well. It would just look wrong.
Oh, I mean, I would... Aye, if you're taking in, you might as well do the bread.
Aye.
I'm going to die anyway, so...
Then I'll just
But-
take it.
I don't know, I think I'd take the cave, like...
How did they ken there's only one entrance to the cave?
I don't know.
Probably got the blueprints out. No, if we blow that hole up, they're fucked.
But I don't know. I mean, it's probably bollocks. But there is truly no hard evidence to back up the case in either reports of the family in Edinburgh, and not enough cases of missing people from the roads, although another story of Girvan, located near the site of Sonny Bean, tells of one of his daughters settling there and planting a jewel tree and creating a new cannibal clan before they were discovered and hanged on the tree.
Did you say planting a jewel tree?
Well, what?
In my head, all she has done is like swipe some of the jewellery from the floor of the cave and be like, "Har, let's see if this grows on trees." Don't know why they're pirates.
It's
all of a
spelled-
sudden, she starts like planting it, watering it and stuff, and then a jewellery tree grows.
It's spelled D-U-E-L.
What?
That's how it's spelled, jewel.
Jewel.
Aye, like, on guard. But I don't know if that's my word, knackering it up again. We'll just call it a jewel tree.
Jury's out on that one.
Mm-hmm. Aye. Oh, the whole story. Many have theorised the story is written to show Scots as savages and murderers in the eyes of sympathetic English folk. Most of this story has been used or inspired in films such as The Hills Have Eyes, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and even our favourite, The 13th Warrior.
What? That was based on Sonny
Some
Bean?
of it. Some of the
The
stories based...
caves.
Exactly. See, it all links in together, Chief. Why do you
All
think I'm
makes
picking it?
sense.
See, it all links in. I'm working here, okay? Even the cannibals have been made into games such as The Forest, or even if you visited the Sonny Bean boat ride in Edinburgh. The Forest is quite a mad game. It's exactly
He
like this.
stays pretty local. I'm pretty sure he stays at Lochview. He said, was it? I'll stand there rather than Edinburgh. Close enough.
Right. Before we get on to the top dog, it's game time. Are you ready? Boom. Right. Are you ready, like?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to...
Have you got a theme tune?
Well, I don't have a theme tune, but you could use the theme tune that the thing was originally made for, but well, I don't know, would you splice that in or something?
Probably copyrighted to fuck as well.
No, it's less than 30 seconds though.
Yeah, but if it's a theme tune.
I don't know. Do you want the title?
Huh?
It's not amazing, but I'm quite proud of it. It's called Through the Cave Hole.
See what you done there.
Aye, do you like that? Huh?
I'll give you that.
Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. See, I bring it all back. 13th Warrior story all mixed into each other. Get you a game, I get a good title. Right.
Through the
Okay,
cave hole.
now the aim of the game, lads. Okay, you're pitted against each other. Again, Sparky versus Sparky. Man versus man.
Put it.
Oh, I say you're gonna take this. Right, the game is, right, here's this. Now, you've got one thing to You've got the question here, and the whole game revolves around this and your knowledge of it, or your 50-50 guessing ability. Okay?
So is it like a question of peace?
What I'm gonna give you is...
Do we have buzzers?
No. You get a question.
Each.
No. I give you a name, and the name is, who of these figures at one point used or lived in a cave? Okay? And you have to tell me true or false, and you get a point.
Is it-
or lived
Is it point like about?
Well, I'll leave this up to you. I can give you two separate yins, or I can give you the same yin, and you both say true or false to your own accord, and you both get points if you're right. Well, you can get points if you're right. I've got a
I don't really
tiebreaker.
care either way. To be
I'd say true or false, like say true or false.
Well, each like he
Aye,
says the
for a
question.
question,
Right,
aye.
okay.
Okay.
I like how we're making up
Boom,
fucking
boom.
game rules.
Okay.
No, that. But I didn't know how you wanted
It
that.
took him long enough to make the title.
You know,
got the title and worked back.
I was in my study till about 3:30 in the morning with a cigar and a whiskey. I nearly died at my typewriter. Right?
The cave wall.
That's enough for one night.
Genuinely, that literally came the day. Right? Okay. Boom, boom. Right. Number 1. I want a true or false from his baith. Did this figure at one point use or live in a cave? Charles Manson. Uncle Charlie.
Let you Kevin go first because I can't the answer to this.
True.
They actually know the answer.
Definitely
Right.
true.
We're
Charles
going
Manson's a weirdo.
Right?
The fact he is a weirdo.
True.
Where you going for?
True.
He's both got a point. Ding! Manson actually used, and his followers used the cave in the desert for a short time.
I think I actually do that.
It'd be in last podcast.
Yeah.
Unless you read it or something, I don't know.
I think I knew before it. I've watched Charlie Manson.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
my fighting talk's not working out for me here. Pretending like I know what's going
I
on.
don't care if you know.
Right.
You came on like.
Some of these are
Even if
obvious.
I'm wrong, I'll argue I'm right.
Some of these are obvious and some of them are hard, or just 50-50. Right. Did this figure use or live in a cave? Richard Kuklinski. And he's a serial killer.
Ah, right.
Well, he was a hitman for hire, basically. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Did you say, did he use a cave?
You can either use a cave at some point or
Right.
live in a cave.
Matt, you go first.
I'm going to say true, like he used the cave to stash the bodies or something.
He used it to torture folk. I know this is true.
Ding! Correct. Bayface. He used rats in the cave to eat folk.
Fed folk were like living
Wow.
to rats. Bad man.
Right.
Bad man.
Right, this is an easy one. So get this wrong, hide your head in shame. Right. Robert the Bruce.
True.
True.
Ding! He's a damn well, lads.
Every fucking one of these has been true, Mark.
Well, that's how fools you off, because you think, oh, one of these has to be false. But maybe they're all true and you get one wrong and you fucking lose. Right?
Or I could just keep copying what each other says.
Well, this is the
How many
problem.
questions have you got?
You have to be impartial. You have to be impartial. And, But
Right.
then neither of you would win. And I'd just take the belt and I'd take it for myself. If you get to the end and these win, I win.
Ah,
Because then I've tricked his babe. Right?
It's not tricked us if we get them all right.
so attitude with that. Then I've took his bait.
That's the hip hop.
I bet if his babe did the same and one of you's is wrong and you're wrong, that doesn't matter. Right? I've made the game. I'm the rule
You
master.
made the game. We're making up the rules as we go along.
You made one rule. I made the title. So suck it.
I can't wait for the game show that I watch where the contestants just start arguing with the host.
How many Palco's game shows ended up like this?
True.
Right?
Well-
And how many of them did you enjoy?
Oh, all of them.
Right. Okay, number 4. Garth Brooks.
Who's Garth Brooks?
Singer.
4.
Himself.
Ah.
I think he had an alter ego as well.
The alter ego part for me's throwing me. I'm going to say true.
I think true now because he's mental too. False.
No time. No time. Okay, number 5. You're still on level up for each. Number 5. Serial killer. Richard Ramirez. The Night Stalker.
Fuck. False, I think.
Fuck false. Okay, we've got false. What are you saying, Chief?
I've listened to the podcast. I don't remember any mention of caves.
Maybe it did, maybe it didn't.
I'll say true.
False. He's in the lead. He's in the lead by 1. He's still plenty of time to bring it back, man. Still plenty of time. There's loads of
How many questions is that?
Getting his own here.
No, right. Number 6. Genghis Khan.
True.
Oh, well, aye. Gotta be true, isn't it? In fact, no, wait a minute. There's
No, he's already
You
said.
said
That's
that.
here,
true,
fine.
but that's not any game,
The
is it?
Mongols lived in tents.
Yes.
And there's no. He was also locked in a cage.
I watched that fucking Deadliest Warrior.
He was locked in a cage at Jens Point, but it was not inside a cage.
Oh, did you
That's
say
the
cave? I
difference.
thought you said cage.
No.
Ah.
When I
Ah.
said it, then I thought, no, wait a
He's
minute.
both were incorrect, so
Ah.
he's still just one ahead, right?
Valid point.
Number 7. John Denver.
Who?
The singer John Denver died.
Who did he sing of?
Did he die in a
Himself.
John Denver.
Ah.
What did he sing?
I don't know.
Well, you can't just singer. What did he sing? Fuck knows.
Ask Megan later, she'll tell. But you don't know what Genghis Khan sung!
But I know what he's relevant to.
But who cares? You might not know some of the other people.
Right, John Denver. I have no idea.
Well, it's a 50-50 guess, isn't it?
Ah, it's your turn to guess, was it not?
No, it was your turn.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
False.
I'll say true
Who
then.
the fuck's John Denver?
It's false. It's 2 ahead.
Why would that be true? He's a singer.
His plane crashed into the side of a mountain, but it wasn't into the cave.
At one point, he lived inside a mountain.
No!
Was the tube of the plane considered a cave?
That's how he died. His plane went into a mountain.
Right, I'm not laughing at a guy dying in a plane. I'm laughing.
Oh, aye! But you laughed at 934 folk getting killed on the roadside. God, you make right. Number 8, you're 2 ahead, Copy. Number 8.
Fuck knows how, this game makes no sense.
It's just 50-50 guessing. What game would you have made?
We could have sat and flipped the coin 7 times.
Did you think the game would actually be about like, ooh, what type of cave granules is this? I don't know. What's in a cave? Stalactites. Right?
Wow.
You're just making up words.
Stalactites, the things, the spiky things that come off of the dew.
I'll stop you there, don't care.
Right, okay, number 8, Mr. Garrison from South Park.
True. I was going to say true.
It's true, he lived in when he was contemplating being gay, he went and lived in a cave and lived off rat carcasses.
So I'm still 2 in front.
Aye, there's still a few to go. Right, number 9, Tommy Lee of Motley Crue.
False.
Right?
False.
Okay, you stick by it.
I'll say true.
It's true.
Yes.
He had a basement drinking area that was built
Is
into
a
a
basement
cave.
in a cave?
Yes, it
Oh,
is
of
because
course it
it went
is.
into
I
the
just
thing.
Mark, I agree, okay?
That's all good.
You're doing fine,
Thank
Mark.
you. Right, you're only one ahead, Copy. Right, Fry from Futurama.
True.
I would say true.
It is true. There was an episode where they were in 2 episodes when they were in caves at some
Death by
point.
Snoo Snoo. As it's pretty sure.
Yes, that's one of them. That's a damn good episode. Okay, 3 left. 3 left, lads.
3 left, and I'm what, still 1 in front?
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean, let's be honest, it's 12 to who gives a fuck?
You want the belt or not?
Me, that's him.
Right. Hannibal from Carthage. The first, like, no, the movie Hannibal. The real
I'll say
one.
false.
True.
It's false.
Ah, fuck.
There's no proof of them being in a cave.
I thought it was a cave.
Went
man.
in the Alps, but there's no proof of them actually
Looks-
using caves in the
looks
Alps.
like a cave to me.
Doo-doo. Doo-doo.
No, that I've read anyway. Could be wrong. Right. Will Smith.
Are we talking in films here? Or?
No, like real life. No, an iRobot. Right? I thought you said just.
I'm just imagining Fresh Prince of Bel-Air curls up outside a cliff.
Pulled over the cave.
Them in a hurry.
Well, I thought you'd like the eclectic mix of people. Again.
Who is it, me or you?
How did you find these questions? Has Will Smith ever lived in a cave?
There's some mad porn comes up when you type these in. I'm not joking. I had to turn it off. Again.
Whose turn is it?
Well, Beefy's true or false?
I'll say false.
False.
It's false. Right.
What a surprise.
Okay.
This is it, time.
This is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So what if
Seven
Matt gets
then.
this right? It's a tie.
You can choose to time. You
Oh,
have a
wait.
tiebreaker
Who's-
next time.
Who's what? Is it even?
Aye.
Oh right. I thought it was one.
No, no,
Oh,
anymore.
here we go.
No, anymore. Right. Donald Trump.
I'll let you go first.
False.
I'm gonna say true.
Matt's victorious.
Tell me, why is Donald Trump been in a cave?
He had a
Spider-Man
restaurant on his ground that he built into a cave. Like some sort of super villain.
Of course.
Of course he did! It's the Donald!
I want them a list of them questions because I'm going to type them into Google just to see what the fuck you were searching. Celebrities that lived in a cave.
That's it, isn't it? Who used a cave? Bracket celebrity.
See if it's just like a Reddit post or a Tumblr or something. You're not having any of this, like.
Hey, listen. Oh, they've dissolved.
This has started going kind of. No, it's not. It's gone from like lager to ale.
Kind of purple though.
It is kind of purple.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we've got to let it set.
Maybe. I've enjoyed it though. I've enjoyed it. I mean,
Never mind, Matt. He's just having a stroke. Can you smell toast?
Ah,
we have to get Matt a belt now. But
Hardcore belt.
you could have a chance to win it back though.
Oh, I mean,
Aye.
I look forward to this belt changing hands every week.
But it's been pretty heavy. Apart from our wee game, it's been pretty heavy, hasn't it? A lot of murder, a lot of carnage.
Oh, cannibalism.
Aye, a lot. You've had your fair share. You've said you're done with cannibalism. You've
I've not
had a
just,
lot.
it's been a pretty cannibal heavy week.
Aye.
As far as Colonel Heavyweights go.
As far as cannibalism goes, I've had my fill.
But I thought we'd talk about something, even though it's called Cunts, we could have an enlightened, amazing guy who had a story about a cave.
Cool chum in caves.
Oh, hi. You'd want to be pals with this guy. We're going to tell you about the king of the hill, the main man, the real Swedish hero, fuck Zlatan, Albert Osman.
When you said King of the Hill, I was thinking Hank. I'm not gonna lie.
I sell propane and propane accessories. But this story, you probably have to dispel some of your beliefs as well. But Albert Osman was your classic old man who had travelled and recalling his tales to some other, many say, tall tales. He was a Swedish immigrant born in 1893, so we're very modern. Guns at this point, definitely. He was born to Mrs. Albertine Osman, born...
Right, first things first, Albertine.
They wanted an
That's
Albert.
clearly been a we'll call my son Albert, Agnes. Then she comes in, he's like, well, I'm not changing the name. You can stick an E on it.
It's a girl! Can you check again? But they were born in Olsvik, Sweden. When to get your Swedish accent ready, because this is what I was hoping for. When he was 20, he left Sweden to gold prospect in America, even though gold rush of 1849 was long over its heyday. This is his whole story. He just ends up in the wrong bit. He ends up in the wrong bit, son. He's like, does everything late. He's the best guy ever. You'd love a beer on the porch with this guy. I heard about this story and...
I'm sorry, beer? Purple drank on the board.
Purple drank! I heard about this story on a podcast I like called Astonishing Legends, and it's fucking glorious. Anyway, I can't do it justice, but we'll try. He sailed from Glasgow in early April of 1913 on the SS Columbia to Vancouver, British Columbia. 10 years later, moving to Bowser, Osman, a true adventurer and wonder, would...
Did he bump into Mario on Peach?
I had that theme in my head for 5 hours in the bathroom, over and over and over. I wanted to kill somebody. Preferably Bowser or Peach, bitch. How does she keep getting caught?
Kind of fucks the game if she doesn't like.
Have someone else.
That's just Mario on a rampage.
Do you know how Toad had the mushroom on top of his head?
Yeah.
That's a hat.
What?
Freaked me out. Like the guys who made Nintendo showed a picture of him with that, like taking it off and he's got like a strand of hair. I felt sick. I didn't mean to bring the podcast down.
I don't know what to do with that information.
But Osman, a true adventurer and wanderer, would prospect in the area for long stretches of time. In 1924, working in the area for about a year, after working construction as well, he went on vacation to London, British Columbia, to be taken to the mouth of the Toba Inland by a local prospector for gold. A Native American who showed Osman the way said the original man who found the area of gold had been killed by a large man. Osman, having never heard of such a thing, apparently, didn't believe him and continued up the road. The Native American saying only a few men remain, but they are there. A few days camping and exploring, eventually finding, in his words, Swedish.
A classy sight.
A classy
Yeah, if you will stop here, I'm German again. This is a classy sight.
Can you do gay German? Gay German Swedish. Try doing a gay German.
Gay German is
Swedish. Stereotypical gay German.
I'm angry German.
Oh, well, do angry German. A classy...
Swedish,
He found this classy site between two trees and making it his home for a couple of weeks. In the morning, it appeared his stuff had been messed with, or maybe by what he called... What did he call
A damn porcupine. Yeah, my classy site has been ruined by a porcupine.
Can you imagine camping with this guy? That'd be great, man. The next morning, his pack had been tipped and put back on the pole, and the prunes removed. The salt remained, and he dispelled.
Porky couldn't have taken it as they love salt. Porky.
I know.
This guy is on first name to nickname terms with this porcupine that's fucking up his house.
It's great, isn't it? This happened 3 nights in a row. Loading his rifle in a sleeping bag and a knife on the 4th night. Not planning to fall asleep, he eventually did. There's nothing wrong.
On guard.
Only to be woken up by something picking him up in his sleeping bag, thinking he was in an avalanche.
Is anybody else picturing a bear? It's like over the shoulder. Like,
Smokey the Bear. Feeling.
You're coming with me.
Yes. But did that come where when the bus was sweeping the bus?
the bear's American.
But either thinking he was in an avalanche or over a horse, feeling something, walking and getting pretty hot and getting pretty upset.
I'm pretty sure I was asleep, but now I think I'm on a horse.
Unable to reach his knife as he was in such a compromising position, he got to the rifle.
Pretzel.
He got to the rifle but was hesitant to shoot. Doing this for 3 hours, feeling a heavy breath and coughing as he moved, he came to the conclusion it must be a Sasquatch. Being dragged and bashed around, he stated to himself,
This definitely isn't a porky.
At this point he also said,
What kind of fucking porcupine? What do you fellows want with me?
This definitely isn't.
I should have had a script.
yeah, no, I'll make you in next time. The sun now coming up, it was 4:25 a.m. 4 creatures in his view. An old man, old female, young boy and girl.
This guy's on an acid trip. He's filled in a hill.
Exactly.
He was getting the feeling that kids were afraid of him, and the mother was annoyed that the father has brought this man into their home. Now in a box canyon with a cave exit, and the only way in and out over 3 acres in diameter. At one,
In a cave.
aye, like apparently a big opening. It wasn't
a cave.
No, it wasn't a cave. It was like a canyon opening, but it had a cave exit and entrance. So picture
So you
like
walked in a cave and ended up in a canyon?
yes,
Right.
aye. Cool cunts in caves. Right?
Cool Toms in caves.
This guy's amazing though. You know.
So far, it's like a comedy.
Aye.
Me and my
Yes.
porky.
Why porky? Why not prickly? You know what I mean? It's a porcupine.
How the fuck's a porcupine dragging him about the place?
Well, it's no. It's a Sasquatch.
Aye.
Aye. At one point, giving the young one a snuff box to play with, the next day he decides to try and escape, but the old man holds his hand up and says "soka," as in no. That's what he's guessing it means. He has a rifle, but thinks.
Somebody says to me, Suka. Kill me.
Do you think this is why the wife was annoyed that he brought him home? He's thinking, is this your gay lover, is it?
Sasquatch's sex toy.
Could be. He has a rifle but thinks it may only make him angry and didn't want to kill him, so
I
he
managed
backed
to get
down.
my gun out, but I've done the ends and oil.
Would you not be terrified though if you shot it and it didn't go down?
What, a Sasquatch? I don't know how I'd approach a Sasquatch line. He'd probably
Cautiously.
He'd probably just mistake me for one of his own.
Aye, probably. Hey, man. He didn't want to kill him, so he backed down. He then taught him how to dip water, and they seemed to both be enjoying it.
Wait a minute, so this guy's seen the thing that's kidnapped him?
Aye, he knows it's a Sasquatch family. Apparently, according to him.
Acid trip.
Aye. But he took a dip of snuff in front of the young boy, and the boy wanted his dad to do the same. Albert thought if the old man had the stuff, it might kill him, and he wouldn't feel like a murderer.
Get this down you, mate. Have a shot in it.
I feel that's what happened Thursday night coming in with purple
Purple
drink.
drink.
It's got to try this, guys. Next thing I'm waking up with my belt undone.
I can't believe that shoved this on his head. I didn't pour it down your neck.
But now we come to the escape. After 6 days, he made a big show of how delicious his morning coffee was. That's some good.
This is a good coffee.
You went American.
He's into prospector voice. He's been there a while.
He's been there over
He's
10 years.
probably, I mean, he's probably an American now. We should have done the Porky in the American voice.
Oh, yes.
Hey boy, Porky here, woke my ass up. Do you think you get the dungarees like before becoming a prospector, or do you think when you like say you go to like prospector school that's
Like
when they
passing
give you the
out.
dungarees?
I think it would just be part of the attire, would it not? Like your work gear.
And like it's got the wee bum flap when you need to shy.
Are they not like the comfy ones that have that? The red ones?
I'd insist on them. Yeah.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
With big buttons as well.
Aye. And a red and white hanky.
Oh, that.
Don't know where it is.
For later.
For later.
Sasquatch sexy.
But he made his morning coffee and made a whole show of it. Then he took a whole box of snuff and sniffed. Then the old man reached for the box and he was afraid the old man would take it all. But then, unfortunately, the old man poured it all into his mouth and eventually his eyes rolled back in his head and he got sick as a dog and then downed all the cold coffee and stuck his head between his legs and rolled away for Osman.
I have a question. What is snuff?
It's like what all men have when they stiff up their nose.
Cocaine. Cocaine.
Aye. There's an Alboin debate that still uses it.
Cocaine.
Oh, maybe. I need to look into it. But the old boy that used to have it where we lived, he sniffed it and then like
All the cocaine.
No, but all the boys that I knew wanted to go and he said, I'm too strong for you boys. Then he gave them a go and they were all outside throwing their guts up. They did what this boy did, they put their head between their legs and rolled down the hill like went mental.
Oh, that's enough. See you later.
That's why I get him for the pub, do you know? Well, I better be going, boys.
I live uphill though, so I'm like, oh, just wait a minute.
That's a powerful roll that is.
Need some of the snuff to get up the hill.
But Osman then, while the old man, as he called him, Sasquatch, was rolling about, Osman grabs his rifle and gear and headed for the exit. As the old lady chased him, he shot the rocks near her and she cowered. Exiting the cave, he ran until he was in a defendable position to rest, camping the first night and hearing some log equipment, and then finding the men close by and finding sanctuary, taking them back to civilization. He doesn't tell of the experience, but then finds his way back. But he didn't tell a soul for 24 years with the fear of being crazy. But with others telling their story of Sasquatch encounters, he told his tale to a local paper in 1957. And that's good old Albert.
Like a lad. Kind of sounds like Kerry Katona though, or something. And that's how she started on
Kerry
the
Katona!
snuff.
Yeah.
What, by
That's,
a Sasquatch stole her?
If he was partial to a bit of snuff,
Yep.
he was definitely on acid. There was no Sasquatch. He was probably parading about the forest
Banging his head on the tree.
with his prospector dungarees in his heat with a pickaxe.
Have you ever seen the film The Tales of Baron van Munchausen?
Did he ever find any gold?
He never reveals. He had a nice house though, apparently. Like a nice
Swanky gaff.
cabin.
Enough money to pay for his snuff addiction.
Uh-huh.
Pablo Escobar, was it?
Arthur Seshkabar.
But I'd love to have a beer with that guy. But apparently the Tales of Baron von
I don't know if I
Munchausen.
would.
Aye.
Get the snuff into you and you'll see me for 7 days.
They're rolling down hills.
That would be fucking gorillas.
You try snuff, you probably end up being like I've seen the boys that weren't used to it. They
What
went
is it?
mental.
I need more info on this
I
snuff. I mean, I've tried purple drinks, aye.
It's aye.
It's alright. Talks like this. Pants are kind of sagging now, you know. Slippery slope.
Word.
Word dog.
Just like, word.
Whack. There, are you googling what snuff is?
Snuff is a smokeless tobacco made from ground or pulverised tobacco leaf. It is inhaled or snuffed into the nasal cavity, delivering a swift hit of nicotine and a lasting flavoured scent.
Up your nose.
I like you do Coke, apparently.
That's rough, innit?
Well, it leaves you with like brown marks and that, can.
So you look like you've got shite up your nose.
Raise his fingers.
Well, Mark, that was, it's been emotional.
It has.
They were crazy stories.
Well, it's a pretty crazy, subject. You know, I was going to do something else, but it was too grim. It was too grim, like.
That was worse than that.
Oh, 10 times.
Oh my days.
Like,
Wow.
10 times. It was true story as well, but it was too grim. I thought we're not going to get any fun out of this. We just want to cry.
Fair enough.
Can. But it was probably the most harrowing of the lot. Can. But, you know, a wee game.
What about the great comeback in 2018 though? 2 down. Man comes back to win it.
It's true. That is the greatest comeback of all time. He's the reigning champ.
Hey, fair
You're
play.
flying now.
Round
Can.
one.
Round one.
What about the headline though? What about the headline?
Through the cave hole.
Fucking great, huh?
Through the cave hole. That's my work done here, boys.
I think my work is done.
You clearly got the name and work bad, Mark.
Oh, I did. Oh, trust me. It was a struggle to think of a game. Again, but I don't know how else I could have made a game show with games. Again, I could have showed you
What's,
pictures of caves and went, what kind of cave is this?
Where is this cave? I need longitude and latitude
I was
as
going to
well.
say, you'd be lucky if you got the continent right. Hemisphere even. North or south? Oh, fuck knows.
I just like Garvin.
So, what's for next one, though?
Do you want to pick in?
Another tale from the Mark side?
Whatever you want. I'd have to add Jim, wouldn't I? So we had the great MMA heist.
What's that about small wieners? What was that?
Micropenis murders.
Micropenis.
Can't remember what update agents were.
Can't remember now. Why just do micropenis murder?
It's the one that sticks in my head.
Could do that.
Hangs off your head.
Hey.
No, we could do that. That's quite. And it's like literally
Is it going to be as grim with cannibals and stuff?
Okay.
no cannibals.
I just want a funny story about a wee guy with small cock that kills folk. With the small cock.
You might be in luck. Holy shit! You might have just have your luck. Are you wanting to do that next, or you want to do something else in between?
Yeah, that's fine.
Aye.
Sounds good.
We could even, I don't know, even if you wanted to do that.
Do you know what game we could play with small penis though?
Oh, Al Finian! Al Finian, we get the title and work backwards. Skin.
Mark's like, I played many a game with small penis.
Hide the sausage.
Who wants to be a Microsoft peanut murder? Microsoft! Micropenis.
We'd never record my company Microsoft.
Nah.
Jumbo hard.
Jumbo hard! I love some of those jumbo hard weenies. But no, I can think of a game and I can write that out. It's quite good because like this story was a mystery and like they've literally just new stuff's come to light. So it's actually quite topical, if you will. But so I could do that if you want.
Huh?
And
Sounds good.
we could do a bumper day in there or something.
What's that?
Do like one of these in a film as well or something.
If you want. No,
Like-
no, it's because we've been kind of slacking off.
I've been busy though, Chief. Busy.
Places to go, people to annoy.
As long as it doesn't die, I'm happy. Yeah, you know what I mean? But aye, if we...
Cameras now and everything.
I know, but if we get a bumper day, we could like do a story, and if it's too heavy, we could cheer ourselves a film or something. You know what I mean? And then review it. I don't know what kind of
film.
What were you thinking? You mentioned this before.
I can't remember what film it
I've
was.
picked a lot of them.
Have we done the big one?
No,
Actually, yeah.
we could.
I've never even seen it.
Oh,
It's on YouTube now.
yeah.
Don't even have to buy it. Aye,
For
can.
free.
Aye. But have you not seen it, Matt?
No.
You're gonna have a whale.
I think
of a
I've showed
time.
you on the best.
I was gonna say,
Aye.
me and Kelby watched them like.
Aye, oh, fucking gold! Like it's the only time I've ever seen you being offended that I never told you this film
I was
existed.
pretty upset with that. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Was it only after we done this that you watched it? Was it on this?
No, I think we talked about it before.
Was it?
Maybe you and Megan came around one night.
No, it's the night we watched that fucking film. You said it's the worst.
Biology. I was like,
Aye,
this is the worst film I've ever seen. You're like, nah, this is.
but it's gold. It's so bad, it's good. It's like Samurai Cop. You ever seen that?
Don't think I have.
Oh, dude, it's.
Oh, we need to watch that. Is it Kung Pao or something it was called?
Aye, I've got it.
Aye.
If all else fails, I've
Aye.
got it.
Brilliant. We need to watch that.
Is that the thing with the milk? What was that thing
No.
that tagged you with a cow? And you were like, I'm sure that's a film.
I was a film, but I can't remember what the fuck it's called now.
Is that with the wee Asian fella?
No, that's Kung Pao. This was like
There was some.
Kung Fu Cow or something like that. It was mental.
Kung Fu Cow is in Kung Pao. Like he fights the cow.
Oh no, I'm thinking of that wee guy.
Aye, the wee tiny guy. That's why I said, is it that wee tiny guy you were going on about?
I don't think there's a cow in that though.
It wasn't.
No.
That wasn't the thing I tagged you in.
No,
I
it's
thought I
not.
tagged you as well. And then you were like, oh, that.
Aye, that's
What was
Kung
it
Pao,
called?
Legend of Fist or something. It's
No, I can't remember.
Aye.
It wasn't that. I could.
Oh,
I had
because
it
what
on
he's
my
done,
brain.
what he's done in Kung Pao is it's actually like half like his film, but he's like put himself in like a martial arts film for like
Ah.
China in the 50s. So like it's like at one point he's talking to like an Al Master and the lassie, and it's like real footage where like there's just like guy standing there like white in the middle of China, and then she's sitting there with one of those, you know how they wear the wee things that are tight and it's like wee dresses. And she's looking at him and goes, she is a virgin. And they've changed the subtitles to mean other things. It's like, she is a virgin, she's waiting for Suta, she's very, very shy. And then, like, he turns away, the woman looks at her, and then it's just, all you see is the opening, the big tits, and she closes it up and that. It's good. Sam told me, well, I got it on DVD in a free box set years ago. It was in with, like, it's like, clearly, it's in with two better films. But this was the one time where it was like, this was actually the best film.
Aye, two good films, get a shite one.
Yeah, it's
But the shite one was really good. Like I went, I'm not watching that. that, and then Sam saw it and went, "We're well watching this. I've
Definitely
seen it. It's
watching it.
class." So I could sort something out, but I'll type up the micro because it'd be quite a good story. I don't think you should know about it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Anyway.
Well,
We're
this
back.
one might have video. It might
We're
not.
back in better than
Get
ever.
We'll see how it works out. If not, we will speak to you later. And if yes, we'll see you later.
Hey.
Purple drink
Purple Drank
for life.
Brap brap.
would have that again.
It was quite good actually. I was quite surprised.
Need to go out and brush my teeth, like.
Aye,
but
but I mean, I can see how the Waynes are getting into.
The Waynes.
damn kids.
Would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Anyway, we're gonna call it a day.
Aye. Cheers lads. Good times.